I line it up with my middle in a minute. Alright, let's turn around here. Will be number 5. Got a mess on my table. I gotta get it off. Somebody ordered a quilt. I sent it to them. So now I gotta put everything back up. Alright. Now we have that. And we got this. Yeah. Oh no. I lost my book. Oh, there it is. Here's my book. Alright. I got a real pretty card. I love it. I think it's so pretty. You can tell it's handmade. So this is a card. I like that. And look at the pretty fuzzy baby in there. And it's got a little flower up here. And I think it looks really cool the way that it looks. I'm happy with it. And I'm going to put it in my book here. It's upside down. There we go. It was upside down. But that's okay. We ain't going to worry about it. Alright. Now, I am going to work on quilts and get them all where we can free motion them. And that's what this video is going to be about. Free motion. A bunch of quilts. I've already got the backing for this. I haven't put it on yet. And then we have the bar jello. And then we have the schrock. And then we have this one. So we're going to try to put at least 4 of them in here. I got another quilt somewhere. And I thought I'd picked it up. Right here. Oh, here's 2 more. There's 2 more. Here's this one. And that was from Mom. And then this one. So, I'm hoping I can get all of these in here. And show you how to do. Probably might take 2 videos. But, I went to the fabric store today. We were driving down the road, me and Rick, and we were going to the fabric store itself, right? And I accidentally turned up towards the post office. And Rick says, "Why did you turn up through here? We don't need to go to the post office." I said, "Well, I bet you today I will end up going to the post office." Well, when we come home, that card was in the mailbox. And I said, "Look, Rick, see, we're going to the post office." And so I come out here and got that quilt and sent it to her. Alright, let me get this kind of like this. I still got to put the back on this. But I figured I want to do like a kaleidoscope. But I think I'm going to work on all these first because they're really backing up real bad on me. This one I did not get for kaleidoscope. And I think it's that one. But these right here, I think I'm going to try to do a kaleidoscope next. On these right here, fabrics. And I think that's going to work out pretty good. But we're going to find out. But I've been wanting to do one. And I don't have a mirror. So I'm not going to be using no mirror on it. So anyway, I have this ready to go here on this part. I come out and I was downloading a video. And I said, I'm going to go out and work. And it was raining hard. I couldn't bring my iPad out because it was raining. So I didn't bring it out. I didn't want to get it all wet. So I come out here And I started looking for material for backing for that. And I come up with this pretty purple. And I think it will go good with it. So, I'm going to use it for the backing on this quilt. And I'll have to find more to go with the rest of them. But I don't know. I don't know if I have any or not. I'm going to start buying like 6 yards at a time. But anyway. Alright, I can handle this. Alright, now we're going to put this one back on it. And make sure we have spaces here. Alright, what's going on? Nothing. Nothing! Nothing. Right, make sure we have, I'm going to have to go up with it. Well, that didn't work too well. Make sure I got no folds in it or anything. Well, there's Mama Cat. She's wanting back out again. Alright, there's some there. Okay. Flip it over. Alright. Make sure we got some all the way around it. That's the way we got to do it. Alright. So, oh, we don't need nothing. So, we are here. And now, I'm going to try to pin everything down. And then I'm going to come up with, gotta come up with something to put on it. I haven't done that yet. But, Mama Cat is over there. She's a happy cat. And I think that this way will work. I'm not quite for sure. I may have to change these when I find out what I want to put in it. But instead of putting it up on that pole, I think I'm just going to do it this way. Because I've already got it laid down. And it ain't going to hurt anything to go ahead and fasten it down while it's here. I just got so much of these to do now. And I got more batting out in the car so I could just batting everything. Put everything together. Oh. While I was at the quilt shop, I was able to make him some, help him. I helped him while he was busy with other customers. I mean, I just showed him stuff, you know what I mean? Showed him stuff. And no, I didn't mess with none of the money. I don't do that. That's his domain. But I'm glad I could help him out when I'm there, because sometimes you get so busy you can't. I hate going in my cardboard, but it'll be okay. I just want to make sure I get my 3 layers. Yep. We did good. Alright. Maybe I might like this way better again. I mean, I was doing it this way. Laying it on the table and doing it. Oh, I hope I got all 3 layers. Yep. I'm going to try to put 1 in these instead of 2. But I don't know, 2 of them seem like they're doing pretty good. to figure out what I want to put, how I want to quilt it down. I'm not for sure. Alright, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to finish this up and then we'll be back. And hopefully I'll figure out what I want to go into it. And okay. Now, let me show you what I was going to do. Then I changed my mind. I was going to take this template and like in between these big blocks and put like squares right in here to go up with these. But I don't really like that idea. I did like the idea, but then I like this idea better. If you can tell, it's the leaf. And the leaf works great. Well, it didn't work. It worked great in this one, but it ain't going to work in the rest. Well, that's not good. I could put the leaves in this one. And in this one, I could still do this, but I think the other ruler, because each one of them are going to be different. I think each one of them are going to be different on how I do it, because, yeah, like this one will work just fine right here. Draw it here, like a diamond. Ooh, I got a diamond shape somewhere. Right here. Right, but either way it goes. Yeah, I could put a diamond, just a plain ordinary diamond, right in the middle of that, and it will work just fine. So I may end up doing that. Putting a diamond in this one, and in this one, put these. So each one will be different if I do that. But what I'm looking at is right down through here right now. So I like this idea, but it's too wide. So I will have to make another one and make it skinnier. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So, let's see. I think what I need to do first is measure this piece out and see how big it is. And it's a 4-incher. So if I take 2, I'm making sure. Okay. I think I'm going to take my pencil and draw 2. Hopefully it'll work. No. I need something skinnier. I want to make sure it's level. There we go. Alright, let's try something like this one. Let's see if it'll work. Yes. Alright. Now I can take, I want that fatter one, put it right here, my hand, and draw it out. Oh no, don't do that. Well, alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one in a little bit and I'm going to redraw it. And then I'm going to take this one in. Where's my, okay, there's my half. And then my half. I'm trying to get it even. I think that will work. Yeah, I think that will work. We're going to cut it out and find out. Quit grabbing those. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll work. Oh. There we go. Now I cut out the inside of it. Are. There we go. Somehow, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to cut this right here a little bit more. That really isn't right. I want it more. Well, there we go. That was more this time. I could cut it with scissors. I think that will be it. Or almost, but I want it a little bit skinnier. So I'm going to take some fatness off of this side. I'm going to keep on until I get it the way I want it. Let's see. That little bit did help. I like that better. Alright, I'm going to keep this little piece. Who knows, I may end up having it. And all this rest of this stuff I'm throwing away. Throw that back in there. And I think that that will work down the middle. Right there. Now, I don't know how many videos that I'm going to get out of doing these quilts, or how long I'm going to do it. But I'm going to see how many I can get in here. But I do think I'm going to like this one in here. And I think I'll go with here. And probably the rest of these blocks. But right in here, I believe, I don't know, maybe I should put this on all of them. Put them in all of it. Well, that one will go that way. I'm going to go take me a break. I'm going to think about what I want to do. Because this is going to be permanent on here. But now this I know I want down here. And probably right here on the outside. But I know down the middle. Alright. And I think I'm going to go with that one. I might as well leave that there so I can go through it. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright. I'm going to start working down the middle right here. Where I got this. I haven't got nothing else drawn but that. So I'm going to work on it first. I have a yellow on the top. And I have purple in the bobbin. And that's what I want. You see, I got purple on the back. So I want purple in the bobbin. Alright. see what I can do to start doing this. Now, I'm just going to start rolling it up and putting it in there. Make sure my back and I don't have it.
God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds a future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. And then one day I'll cross that river, I'll find life's fine, no more pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the lights, the city, and I'll know he reigns. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds a future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds a future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. And then one day I'll cross that river, I'll find life's fine, no more pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the lights, the city, and I'll know he reigns. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds a future, and life is worth the living just because he lives.
Okay, I'm having trouble with this sewing machine. And my hand is sore as it can be. So I'm just not going to do these. I'm just going to fold this one up and put it up, and we'll do these later. But I'm going to get busy on a block. How to donate to PayPal. You mash on Poor Man's Sewing, and then you come up here and you look for About, and you mash on About, and right here you hit on Donate to Poor Man's Sewing. It's people like you that help me out, and it is really appreciated. And I hope you many blessings in this hard times that we are fixing to go through. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.